fives. High fives. Boom, 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 boom. Get it. Good job, Al, Rosie. Ready? Boom. Good job, Cass. Great job, Deanne. Good job, KGB. Doesn't work, Pete. Boom. Awesome. Welcome to this week's Week in Review. Let's get into it. Cool. Let's start off the week like we do every week and have a look at some bright spots of the week. So this week, let's start at Monday, and I want to say congratulations and well done to both the Bibbiches, both Rosie and Boob, for throwing down bonkers numbers in the hang clean into double front squat complex that we did on Monday. So it was 1 hang clean, 2 front squats, both of them hitting their 1 rep max, if not just below their 1 rep max for that, which is insane. Some people say the snatch is a test of skill and the clean and jerk is a test of will. So Boob and Rosie definitely have a strong will to stand up those squats, so well done. Let's take it into Tuesday, and then we'll see that really long workout that we had that had the sit-ups and the kettlebell swings in it. And I want to give a shout out to Danny Hunter, who did have to leave early for that workout, but was on track to get by far the fastest time of the day. So well done, Danny. You absolutely crushed it, and I'm impressed, so well done. Jump ahead to Thursday. I want to say a little shout out to Connor, who hit a 55 kilo strict press for a triple, which is fantastic after he's coming back from a bit of a shoulder injury. And then also to Craigie, who PR'd with 110 on the box squats. So well done, boys, both hitting some big numbers there towards the end of our training phase. So good job. Let's give a shout out to everyone who brought a friend. Specifically, let's name them all. I'll have them all right here. So pardon me for looking off to the side, but I have Sammy, who brought down Stephen. Thank you, Sammy, and thank you, Stephen, for coming down. I have Alex, who brought down Bree. Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Bree. Hopefully I'll see you again soon, Bree. We have Adam, who brought down Matt. Matt's an absolute top bloke. Super excited to have him in the gym, and an incredible athlete at the same time, so well done to Matt. We have Holly, who brought down Dion. Dion he was on board with my favorite saying, the best pace is a suicide pace, and today is a great day to die. Just went full send straight in, first CrossFit workout. It was really impressive to watch. Tish, or my sister, who brought in Tash. I like to call them Tish Tash because they're inseparable. Thanks for coming, Tash. Tommy brought in Izzy, and she's still alive, so that's good. So well done, Izzy, and we're gonna emotionally blackmail, convince her to come back on Monday. Jess brought down her hubby Vossi, who we've seen a couple times, so thanks Vossi for coming down, always a pleasure. And then Danny brought in her hubby Adam, old OG of the gym. Adam, always a pleasure. Hopefully we'll come back out and see you on the farm very soon. And then we also had a guest or a friend come in. His name's Ludo, and he is currently doing on-ramp. You might have seen him floating around when I've been here. Absolute top bloke, likes to laugh, very physically capable, is going to be an absolute powerhouse. So I'm excited to see his journey, and I'm excited to guide him along that as well. So welcome to Ludo. And if you see him around, make sure you say hi. Some say he's French. I say he's Australian because we're going to claim him. Sled challenge winners. We have 2 winners. On the ladies' side, we have Danny Hunter again. Pulled it out of the bag. She hit, it's right here, 6 minutes 17. Demolished the field. Congratulations, Danny. I will send you the code so you can get a $50 LSKD voucher and you can upgrade some of your gym swag as you go. And then on the fellas side, it was a tight race. We had, I'm gonna run through it. Let me see, I'll just lean off, I'm on the side here. We had, obviously, I put down a 720, and then Brendo put down a 707, and then Tommy comes along, tries to upset everyone with a 606, and then Kai nails a 608, but he had to go out on the road. Never got to redo, sorry Kai, that's your problem. Then Connor comes along and hits a 555 at an 80 kilo sled. He just said, oh, it's easy if you run the whole thing. Yeah, right. And then Tommy's like, well, I can't let that happen. So then he did it after class on Saturday. He did it with Ludo and Marin and hit a 536 to win the competition. But is it fair that the coaches win? I don't know. So I'm gonna give it to Connor, but I'm just gonna use my special LSKD staff discount and I'll buy Tommy something as well. So Connor, you win the voucher. Danny, you win the voucher. Tommy, you win clout, and I'll get you some other stuff as well. I give him a bunch of free stuff, so I'm sure he's cool with that. But he just likes to flex on everyone, and that's cool. That's what we want. We want that competition. The next competition we're gonna run will be after the Open. So now we just have 3 weeks of Open stuff, which I'll talk about in a second. I just got sent a meme. Maybe I'll put it up on the screen. It's pretty funny. I'll comment in the thing. The apparel store is live. We have heaps of t-shirts, lots of fun ones. I thought, yeah, let's have fun with it. Got a few hoodies. Got the lover and fighter hoodies, depending on where you want to roll. The hoodies are unisex. The tops are not unisex, is what I want to say. But so, the men's tops, this is just the one we have at the gym, are the staples. So like a staple and a stapler. And the women's tops are the maples. You can see they have a little bit shorter sleeves for men's and women's. That's not to say the women can't wear the men's one and the men can't wear the women's one. I don't care. I just want you to know that there is a difference. So maple is women's, staple is men's. Just in case you weren't sure, you get on there, you buy it, and they send it to the gym. So you'll get it in like a week or so. Cool. Let's talk about the Open. The next thing we're gonna do is the Open. And the Open is going to take the Friday night max out class spot for the next 3 weeks. On Friday, 6:30, we're gonna do 24.1 this Friday coming the 1st. It's gonna be exciting. Remember that you do not have to sign up to the Open if you don't want to. We're going to run, I'll put up the poster, we're going to run the in-house championships essentially, where you get points just for doing the workout, you get points for judging the workout, you get points for being in your team colors. On Thursday, we will, Thursday? Maybe Friday, Thursday, everyone who has registered in the Fitbox class or has registered for CrossFit Barwon in the Open will be in that class, and we're going to put you into 2 teams, and then the winning team will get their name on the super fancy thing that I'm not telling you what it is, but it could be some sort of trophy. Remember that if you can't do it then, that's totally fine. I have decided that I will put it in the class. Cool, so on the following Monday, everyone's gonna do the class workout. Anyway, it will be the Open. Whether you get judged or not, that's up to you. But if you get judged, then it's official. If you don't get judged, it's unofficial. Because the whole judging of the reps and stuff, that's kind of the point. We kind of hold your feet to the fire to see if you're doing it as the way it should be done to the reps that should be done, so you can compare yourself one for one for a fair comparison. So get in the Open. I'm gonna harp on about it all week, so hopefully you can come and play in the Open. Have fun with it. Do you like my new lighting setup? It's pretty splash. Cool, so I think that's pretty much it for gym stuff. last week I said I'd riff on a bit about strength stuff, and then let's have a riff. In post, I'll just put a thing up saying, hey, you can edit this backwards, and I'll be like, skip to this point if you don't want to listen to me, or, I mean, this is the end of the video anyway. There is no lost property. Cool. So there are 10 aspects of fitness. I mean, there's lots, but in the CrossFit realm, there is 10. We have the physiological skills, strength, cardiovascular endurance, stamina, and flexibility. We have the psychological or neurological, coordination, accuracy, agility, and balance. And then those 8 things combine into speed and power to sort of create a whole athlete. So when we program and when we look for weaknesses in the gym, then those are the things that we look for, those attributes, and we use certain tests to test for those attributes so we can figure out where we're at. Now, strength could be argued as probably one of the most important of these attributes. And I'd like to give you 2 stories that really dial down on why I think strength is important. Story number 1. This is not something that I've seen in real life, but I've seen it on the internet, so it's got to be real. But the premise is real. So there's a video of a lady, a mum, you assume, and she is not strong at all. In fact, she is very incapable, very unfit. So much to the fact that she's putting her child or putting her shopping in a cart, and her pram starts rolling away from her, and she is not fast enough to chase after it. So she goes to run after it, falls over, which is awful, but then is not strong enough to get back up on the ground fast enough to save her child who's rolling onto the road. Now someone else comes along and saves them, and that's fantastic. So nobody gets hurt. She might have a grazed knee or whatever. And I'm not trying to do this to say that this lady is bad or anything like that. I'm just bringing up the point that having a lack of strength, which is a nice way of saying being weak, can cause a lot of problems in your life. And it kind of comes back to the things I was talking about, where the sickness versus health curve. If you aren't very fit and you get knocked down, you're only going to get knocked down a certain point. But if you're starting really far down and then you get knocked down, then we're going to run into problems such as this lady not being able to save her own child. Now, to take that into a personal perspective, and this is why, one of the reasons why I do CrossFit, and CrossFit specifically and not other things, is because CrossFit enables me to be good at pretty much everything. I'm not going to be great at everything. I'm not going to be world class at some things. I mean, maybe I'm a world class coach, you tell me. But physically, we'll just go with physically, my goal in life is to be able to do, to some extent, any task that anyone sets me. I may need to specialize in one thing or another with whatever I want to roll with, but I always want to be able to do a task. And this stems from when I was a lot younger. I was very sick, and I was in hospital for a long time. And I remember this is burnt into my brain. And when I was allowed to go home, they're like, yeah, you can go home today. And I was like, sweet. And they go, hey, do you want a wheelchair so we can get you out of the thing? And I'm like, no way, I can walk out of here. I've been walking around the ward and doing all those other things. Totally cool, I've got it covered. Anyway, push comes to shove, I could not walk out of the hospital. I was not physically strong enough to actually walk out of the hospital. I had to be wheeled out. And so I can understand and empathize with that lady who can't get up, that the vulnerability that not being strong or being weak leaves you in that situation. You rely on other people, you need someone to help you to do those things. She needed someone to help her save her child. I need someone to help me walk out of this hospital. And that's, while is okay, it is not a nice feeling in my opinion. And I wouldn't want that on anybody. I want to impart strength upon you so that if you ever encounter a situation where you need strength or you need power, then you have that available to you to some extent. We're not all going to be as strong as each other. We're not all going to be, I'm never going to be as strong as, I probably will be, I don't know. I won't be as strong as You know, someone in the gym deadlifting, who out squats me? I'm trying to think. Not many people at the moment, which is nice. Although probably everybody, because I haven't squatted in 6 weeks. But I want to be able to come back from my current back injury, you know, back in. I don't want to be fallen so far. I'll fall a little bit, don't get me wrong, but I'll always keep pushing those boundaries to try and train well, move well, get strong, and that is going to be our. That's going to be one of my main focuses. I think of the underpinning of fitness, the base of that is work capacity. So if I do not have the capacity to pick something up, to pick myself up, to move, then that is me losing fitness, and that's not what I want. I want as much fitness as I can get, so I can do as many things as I can get for as long as I can. Cool? That's my riff. I'll talk about something next week. Hopefully that was coherent. If you feel that you want to be strong too, and you're not feeling you're strong enough, talk to me. For members, if you're not a member watching this, then shoot a message to the gym and be like, hey, I saw what you said about strength. And it's not like powerlifting strength. It's not like, yeah, I want to pick up 200 kilos, although I can. Not right now. You know, that's not the strength I'm talking about. I want this life strength where I have the capability to do pretty much any task that's thrown at me to some extent. You know, if somebody says, hey, go pick up a car engine, I might be able to have a crack depending on how big the car is, but you know, I don't want to be like, nah, I'm not strong enough to do that. That's not something that I strive towards, and that's not something that I am trying to impart upon you guys, so cool. Anyway, that's our weekend review. Hope you enjoyed. Let's see you in the gym. Let's get the open. Let's buy some merch. Let's celebrate everyone who comes to the gym. I'm so happy, and I'll see you soon. The 50 mil has like a 5 centimeter, like I'm probably 20 centimeters from that.